So as you may or may not know, today, December 13th, starts the 12 Days of Christmas. So I wrote a parody of the 12 Days of Christmas song, and I give you the 12 Gifts of Dankmas. On the first day of Dankmas, the wheat fairy gifted me 1 whole ounce of wheat. On the second day of Dankmas, the wheat fairy gifted me 2 years in jail for possessing an ounce of wheat. On the third day of Dankmas, the wheat fairy gifted me 3 years probation, 2 years in jail for possessing an ounce of wheat. On the fourth day of Dankmas, the wheat fairy gifted me 420 vibes, 3 years probation, 2 years in jail for possessing an ounce of wheat. On the fifth day of Dankmas, the wheat fairy gifted me 5 hits of dabs, 420 vibes, 3 years probation, 2 years in jail for possessing an ounce of weed. On the sixth day of Dankmas, the wheat fairy gifted me 6 bubblers bubbling, 5 hits of dabs, 420 vibes, 3 years probation, 2 years in jail for possessing an ounce of weed. On the seventh day of Dankmas, the wheat fairy gifted me 7 grinders grinding, 6 bubblers bubbling, 5 hits of dabs, 420 vibes, 3 years probation, 2 years in jail for possessing an ounce of weed. On the 8th day of Dankmas, the wheat fairy gifted me 8 plants of growing, 7 grinders grinding, 6 bubblers bubbling, 5 hits of dabs, 420 vibes, 3 years probation, 2 years in jail for possessing an ounce of weed. On the 9th day of Dankmas, the wheat fairy gifted me 9 joints of smoking, 8 plants of growing, 7 grinders grinding, 6 bubblers bubbling, 5 hits of dabs, 420 vibes, 3 years probation, 2 years in jail for possessing an ounce of weed. On the 10th day of Dankmas, the wheat fairy gifted me 10 bongs of ripping, 9 joints of smoking, 8 plants of growing, 7 grinders grinding, 6 bubblers bubbling, 5 hits of dabs, 420 vibes, 3 years probation, 2 years in jail for possessing an ounce of weed. On the 11th day of Dankmas, the wheat fairy gifted me 11 blunts of blazing, 10 bongs of ripping, 9 joints of smoking, 8 plants of growing, 7 grinders grinding, 6 bubblers bubbling, 5 hits of dabs, 420 vibes, 3 years probation, 2 years in jail for possessing